The code pipeline was configured to be triggered by CloudWatch events. Recently, the pipeline failed. And upon investigation, the team lead noticed that the source was changed from code commit to S3. The team lead has requested you to find a user who has made the changes. Which service will help you solve this? Amazon Inspector, AWS, X-Ray, CloudTrail, CloudWatch. CloudTrail. Okay, a developer has just integrated a Lambda function to an API gateway. API, the integration has led to errors that developers are unable to troubleshoot. The developer has decided to enable CloudWatch logging at the method level for the API gateway. What are the key points of consideration while configuring method level logging for the API gateway? Select 2. You are charged for accessing method level and stage level CloudWatch metrics, but not for API level metrics. API gateway API log groups or streams can only be deleted and recreated by deploying the API. In access logging, only context and input variables are supported. Security token service is used by API gateway for logging data to CloudWatch logs. Hence, STS has to be enabled for the region you're using. To enable CloudWatch logs for all or only some of the methods, you must also specify the ARN of an IAM role that enables API gateway to write info to CloudWatch logs on behalf of your user. The IAM role must also contain the following trust relationship statements. Oof. Okay. As security token service is used by API gateway for logging data to CloudWatch logs. Hence, STS has to be enabled for the region that you're using. Okay. To enable CloudWatch logs for all or some of the methods, you must also specify the ARN of an IAM role that enables API gateway to write information to CloudWatch logs on behalf of the user. The IAM role must also contain the following trust relationship statement. Okay. Your global organization has an IT infrastructure that is deployed using CloudFormation on AWS Cloud. One employee in US East 1 region has created a stack application 1 and made an exported output with the name ELB to the domain. Another employee has created a stack for a different application 2 in US East region 2, and also exported an output with the name. Okay, the first employee wanted to deploy the CloudFormation stack application 1 in US East 2, but it got an error. What is the cause of the error? Output values in CloudFormation must have unique names across all regions. Output values in CloudFormation must have unique names in a single region. Exported output values in CloudFormations must have unique names in a single region. Exported output values in CloudFormation must have unique names across all regions. Exported output values in CloudFormation must have unique names within a single region. Okay, so now I'm just asking questions. You have a containerized application stored as a Docker images in an ECR repository that you want to run on an ECS cluster. You're trying to launch 2 copies of the same Docker container on the same EC2 container instance. The first container successfully starts, but the second container doesn't. You have checked that there's enough CPU and RAM on the EC2 container instance. What is the problem here? I don't know. To enable random host port, set host port equals 0 or empty, which allows multiple containers of the same type to launch on the same EC2 container instance. Okay. A newly launched EC2 container instance can't be registered with your ECS cluster. What is not a reason for this issue? Security groups do not matter when an EC2 instance registers with the ECS service. By default, security groups allow all outbound traffic. Okay, so there's This is wrong, to be clear. It's not a problem. You have an ECS cluster where you want to run 4 ECS services. Each ECS service needs to interact with various AWS services. Which of the following is the best practice while giving permissions to these ECS services? Create 4 ECS task roles and attach them to the relevant ECS task definition. Okay, let's do this last one. As a developer associate, you are responsible for the data management of the Kinesis streams at your company. The security team has mandated stricter security requirements by leveraging mechanisms available with the Kinesis data stream service that won't require code changes on your end. Which of the following features meet the given requirements? Select 2. KMS encryption for data at rest, encryption in flight with HTTPS endpoint, SSEC encryption, envelope encryption, client-side encryption. KMS encryption for data at rest, encryption in flight with HTTPS endpoint. Okay, thank you.